the responsibility is spread to related government parastatals. The Immigration Service, for instance, is deeply involved in the issue of entry and exit of investors into the country, among other issues. Consequently, new strategies have been introduced, such as visa on arrival, which requires an application for Nigerian visa on arrival. The program can be completed online from anywhere on the globe.
48 hours is the timeline for you to get a visa. It doesn't mean that we'll give you the visa. What it says is that if you apply for Nigerian visa, if you have not complied with the requirement, we will correspond to you by email, by text, and say, look, your application lacks merit because you have not included a return ticket. We have responded to you. So when you reply back that query, the 48 hours will start again. From that time you responded. You can control person coming to your country right from the country he's residing or he's a citizen by establishing a good visa system. This is what we are doing. You can control them at the point of entry. If you can't get them at the point of entry, you control them after entry.
As regards starting a business, the target was to reduce the number of days required to register a business from 10 to 2 days, and the following reforms have been completed. A company name search on the CAC portal can now be activated, and this ensures no duplication and prevents selection of prohibited names. Lawyers no longer required for business registration, as it's now optional and not compelling. A one-stop single incorporation form has been introduced to save time and reduce costs. Document interface upload online is now possible. Additionally, FIRS e-payment solution has been integrated, and CAC lawyers can now conduct declaration of compliance fee in-house for minimal fee. Simplifying processes through the use of electronic means has been extended to even others, including immigration and customs. The Nigeria Customs Service has also been enjoined to coordinate physical examination between officials and importers. The Central Bank of Nigeria, customs and commercial banks are now required to process net export proceeds (NXP) forms in 72, and pre-shipment inspection agencies are now compelled to issue certificate of clean inspection within 3 days. All these are part of the processes of accelerating the pre-export documentation procedures. Import documentation requirements are to be reduced from 14 to 8 days, and for export from 10 to 7.
It's going to ease the means of doing business, seamless release of goods, paperless system. That is the focus of the service, and this will go a long way in assisting the service. Our IT officers will be working here. Documentation can now be done online, releases, so purely IT.
Comptroller General has insisted that all officers must improve their skills, their ICT skills, because it is with this competence that we can deliver service the way the presidential mandate wants it to be delivered. In the management, the administration of the service we have now, and in Abuja, we are going to definitely continue to see a different immigration service, a service that is service-oriented, a service that is determined to meet the expectations of Nigeria.
As much as these changes and strategies of the government to ease doing business in Nigeria is appreciated, exporters say they have their hands filled with other issues. For most of them who have to patronize the Lagos ports, which are located in Apapa area, they say the gains from the e-processing and documentation from the customs is almost lost because of the issue of infrastructure.
Thank God the government already started working on it, but what do we do in the meantime? Are we going to have a shutdown as we have right now? Trucks not even wanting to go to the port? Are you following me? Not even wanting to lift goods to the port, to take containers from the port? How long will it take them to get their trucks to the port and then bring out the containers, then come and load from the warehouses and then go back again? That's what we are talking about right now. It's a huge, huge problem.
Other state governments say they are aware of infrastructure deficits and the impact it has on businesses and subsequently on the economy.
Someone that is coming into your state to invest, his first impressions matters most. When he comes and he's been kind of being welcomed with dilapidated structures, lack of good roads, and of course, the next thing he might have a rethink on whether to come and invest or not. And that is why our able governor took it upon himself that first priority is to develop infrastructure as a key to supporting investors that are coming into Adamawa State. We have achieved that. And then two, he's even willing also to provide the needed incentive to any interested investors. To an extent, he even goes extra mile to lead some of the meetings as a way of encouraging them, or rather giving them a prompt decision into whatever incentive that they might ask. And a couple of investors have come into Adamawa State. Discussion is ongoing, and we believe that we will soon start to see the benefits.
We look at the issue of getting taxes. Some are for tax people, they just invade everything. In Ogun State, for example, we have harmonized our taxation. I mean, making things frustrating for them, we have stopped that. So what we need to do is that we need to sustain that. Sustainability is very key, it's very important. And the only way we can sustain that is to ensure that things are done seamlessly, and at the same time, we have regular meetings with the stakeholders. We meet on quarterly basis with MAN. So these are the things, so that we can sort things out for them, we can resolve their issues.
They will come behind us, yeah?
As a way forward, the exporters have some suggestions, which they say, if implemented, will boost agriculture exports in the country.
If we can take each of these commodities, put serious attention on it, and provide policies around it, okay, rather than a generalistic one. I was canvassing for instance, for cashew now, a national cashew council that looks into everything that has to do with cashew, looks into production, looks into the issues of the farmers of cashew, okay, the funding for the farmers, the issue of quality, production generally, training, extension services. Are you following me? Helping them, providing the necessary platforms for drying. Each of these communities have their own unique issues, even though there are still similar issues that they have. Okay, then you begin to look at the area of marketing. How do you keep ensuring sustainable market?
Obviously, a lot of work to be done for the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, and Nigerians look forward to the fruits of the council in the business community in a short while. That's our story for this episode. Let's talk again next time. I'm Ini John Mekwa.